Good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Marie Mbuni. I am coming live to you from Hermosa Beach. And today we are working on deep release. We are doing a full moon ceremony. I am going to make sure that everybody can hear. Sound check. Can everybody hear me? Please type in the comments if you can hear me well. So today is a full moon in Sagittarius. And this full moon is about, first of all, it's called honey moon. It's also called strawberry moon. It's a fairy moon. The Sagittarius in astrology is like the archer. It's the person that you see and they have an arrow and they shooting the arrow up in the sky with great aim and precision. So when we have a full moon that is also of the sign of the Sagittarius, it reminds us that we need to really, first of all, be clear. So there's something about the clarity that comes with knowing exactly who you are, where you're going, where you want to go. And then the second thing is when you take aim, with that arrow and you're shooting it up in the sky. There are moments, first of all, you concentrate, you pick your target, and then you pull back, right? You pull back to make sure that you have all the momentum you need, and then you release, right? Those are the steps that happens when you shoot an arrow. So I want you to keep those steps in mind as we go through this ritual, because I want all of us, number one, to make sure that we're clear in what we want, what we're aiming for. And then number two, that we have the steps we need to release and shoot the arrow of our choices. So number two, they call it the honeymoon, the strawberry moon, because it's, although it's really powerful, it's also loving. It's the middle of the year, we're midway through. So it's also a moment to reflect about, your life, where you've been, where you're going, where you are, with no judgments and just noticing, right? So in my intro, I said that I wanted us to do a deep release, and I want everybody to type or to think about one or two things they want to release, because we always need to release something to move forward. And as you think about that, I'll talk about the power of choice. Whew, that's a big one for me. That is a big one. And I didn't even know that I wasn't completely choosing myself and what I wanted. And this came up. I just came back from Spain, from Ibiza, or Ibiza, if you're a great Spanish speaker. I went to a conference that was dealing with love and relationship. The conference is called Awesomeness Fest. And you have 400 entrepreneurs, change makers, visionaries, great teachers coming from around the world to unite and discuss about the issues at hand in our world, in our evolution. And during that meeting, I met a man, and I had a great connection with this man. I have never actually had such a connection with a man. And so I hugged this man, and we didn't want to stop hugging. We hugged and hugged and hugged. And I felt my heart expanding, and I felt good. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want this hug to stop. Well, it did stop eventually. And after that, so we were talking and, seeing each other. And I was just kind of like, well, I'll see if he talks to me, or I'll see if he talks to me, then I'll talk to him, or if he, whatever. And I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What? And I reverted back to, something that I do advise people, which is always go back to, how do you feel? What do you need? And so I asked myself, what do I want? What do I really want? And it was like, I want to see this man. And the next step was like, I have to say what I want. And I realized that in my whole life, I had never told a man, I want to see you, or I want to be with you, or I want whatever. I was always waiting for them to say. And I was like, wow. So I told this man, I want more. I just said, I want more of this connection. And I realized that it was the first time I really choose what I want with consciousness. And so today, I want us to do that. I want us to become conscious of what we really want. So I'm going to guide us in a meditation where, the first part is going to be releasing. I hope that during this time you've been figuring out what you want to release. And then the next part is going to be choosing ourselves, choosing what we want. So, of course, with Mama Ocean in the backdrop to help us, I want you to make yourself comfortable now. I'm getting bowls. Making yourself comfortable, starting to breathe with ease. Just letting your breaths come. Closing your eyes, making sure that you're completely relaxed. I call on all the directions, the direction of the east, direction of the rising winds, the rising sun, to bring us clarity, illumination, discernment in our choices, in our actions. I call on eagle and condor to be with us in our medicine space. I call on the fire for transmutation. I call on the power of the deer to help us drop into our hearts. I call on the power of the waters, healing waters. I call on Black Jaguar, Black Panther, to help us dive deep in our shadow and develop those parts of ourselves that we don't want to see or we never had a chance to develop. Allowing yourself to stay relaxed, calling on Owl Spirit for wisdom, groundedness of the mountain lion. I call on the power of Pachamama, our great beautiful planet, to assist us. I call on the Sky Father, I call on everybody's guides, guardians, allies, benevolent light beings, everybody who is here live, or anyone who's going to watch this video later. Allow yourself to be transported to a beautiful place in nature, by the beach. As you sit on the beach, you gaze at the horizon, at the vastness of the ocean. As you watch the ocean, you realize that the waters of the ocean will take anything you want to release. Right now, Shira says she releases perfection. What do you release? This is your time. I release fear. I release fear. I release fear of being judged. I release fear of not being accepted. I release fear of not being able to manifest my soul purpose. I release fear. I release fear. I release fear. What do you release? I release waiting. I am done waiting. What do you release? Type in the comment. There is something magical that happens when we have a collective. People, you have a quantum leap in everything that happens with the power of our collective souls working together for our evolution. I release aloneness. I release fear. One more time. Breathing deep, allowing the waters of the ocean to support you and to heal you. Listening to the sound of the bowls. What do you release? If you had no fear, if you had no judgment, what would you release right now? Allow the answer to come to your heart. Allow the answer to come to your heart. Release, release. Release shame. I release shame. I release shame. I release shame of still having not finished all the projects I started this year. I had a goal. I had many things that I thought would be done. They're still not done. I release that guilt, anger, shame, judgment. What do you release? Allow my voice to nurture you as you go deep in vulnerability, in releasing. Allow yourself to drop into your heart. Allow yourself to be supported right now. To be supported into calling in what you choose. What do you choose for the rest of the year about you? As I shared before, I chose to say yes to more moments with this man who moved me, to say yes to this man who allowed parts of me to come alive. I say yes to my purpose. I say yes, yes to my beauty, to my health, to my wealth, to my joy, to my happiness. I say yes. I say yes to the women who are coming into my life for circles of sisters. I say yes to my creativity. I say yes. Yes to me. I say yes. What are you saying yes to? I say yes to joy. I say yes to joy, to love. I say yes to my full body, embodied goddess, embodied love, embodied presence. What are you saying yes to? Your heart knows. Your heart knows. Don't think with your brain. What are you saying yes to? Allow yourself to go to a space of vulnerability, to this space where you can say yes without thinking about how it's going to happen. Shira says she's saying yes to being happy. Happiness is a choice. Feel the power of Mama Ocean. The more you say yes, the more the universe has for you. I say yes to my soul. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I say yes to being. I say yes to freedom. Look at the vastness of how many choices you have. Allow your choices to be limitless. Allow your choices to come to your heart. What are you afraid of? Choose. Choose yourself. You are allowed. You are allowed to choose yourself. Feel the vibration of these instruments here supporting you. Feel your choices in your body. How do you feel? Larissa says yes to being happy, yes to love, yes to the light, yes, yes to love. May we all be supported in our choices. With these words, I call on all the elements, our guides, guardians, allies, to help us release any and all things standing in the way of our choices across all time, space, dimension, realities. We choose powerfully, breathing in and breathing out. Allowing your body to slowly come back in the present moment. Allowing yourself to be in your body, to feel how it feels, to be free to choose, and to know that your choice are coming to be manifest. Hey, I am so grateful for everybody who showed up today to choose themselves. This is how we change the world. This is how we change the world, by our own evolution and then creating ripples of love and joy and light and happiness and freedom and non-judgment, acceptance, wealth, health, happiness, collaboration. And for our beautiful planet, I choose healing. I choose healing for Pachamama. Hey, allowing yourself to come back fully. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me in this beautiful journey. If you have any questions, any comments, type. If you love this, share with your friends or people who matter, people you choose, your tribe. I love you guys. And I hope to see you soon. I will be posting classes and tips and meditations. Breathe in deep. Feel the wind. Feel the liberation that comes with choosing ourselves powerfully, consciously, with love and non-judgment. I love you guys. Happy full moon!